Today I want to take a look at two very similar functions, at least in their name, that do very different things. And those functions are called slice and splice. Alright, let's start with slice. First, this slice function takes in a start and an end. So basically, two indices inside our array, right? We want to, for example, slice the portion between 0 and 3, right? And I'm going to console log the result of that. If I try to run this, you'll notice I get 1, 2, and 3. So what this function does is create a new array using the given array, our array here, and the given indices. So it simply gives us the elements between the index 0 and 3 exclusive, right? So we get just 1, 2, and 3 in our example. I can change this to, for example, 2 and 4, and what do you know? I'm gonna get the 3 and 4 numbers here. This is the index 2, this is the index 3. Okay, so that's what our slice function does, but does it modify our array? Well, if I console log here our array and do the same afterwards, well, you'll notice that this is our initial array, and well, this is the same array, so nothing changed there. So, thing to note here, slice doesn't change the array at all. It simply just takes a portion of it, takes a slice of it. Now the second function that we're gonna look at is called splice. And splice, what it does is actually modify the array, but in a very strange way. So what it takes first is an index inside our array, right? So we want to give it like where we want to do the operation we want to do using the splice function. Let's say index 1, right? So I'm gonna do the operation right in here, right after the first element. Okay, and then what's the second? The second number is how many elements you want to delete from that. Yes, that actually is going to delete elements from our array. So here I can say 1, right? So I'm just gonna delete one number from the index 1. If I run this, well, you'll notice that we got, this is the initial array, right? That's the first console log. Then we get this one, which is the deleted number, or an array with that deleted number. And here we have the same array modified. It simply removed the element at position 1. And this second parameter is actually optional, so you can just leave it there, and what it's gonna do is instead, remember this is our initial array, this is our array modified, and it actually removed every single element after index 1 inclusive in this case, right? And here we got the elements removed from the array.splice function. Now that's not everything that the splice function does. Aside from actually removing elements, it can also add elements at the same exact index. So how does that work? Very simple. So first we have to give it the second parameter, which is delete count. So I'm going to leave it at 1. And then the next few, however many parameters you give, it's going to add them inside our array at that exact index, right? If I, for example, say here, I don't know, 3, right? I just want to add the number 3 and the index 1, and also delete one element. So if I run this, you'll notice that the 2 actually got replaced with a 3. So that's how you can use the splice method. You can use it both for removal of elements and replacement of elements inside an array. Not only that, you can also use it to just add elements inside an array. If you, for example, give it a delete count of 0, in our case, what this splice function is going to do is actually add the number 3 inside our array at index 1 and not delete any number. So if I run this, as you can see, we got the number 3 at index 1, exactly where we wanted it. And really, you can give it as many numbers as you want. If I, for example, spam here with a few 3s in this splice call, you'll notice that it added 3 more 3s in our array. So that's the main difference between the two functions, right? The slice function, well, takes a slice of the array, but doesn't actually modify the array. The splice function instead actually can do many things. It can remove elements, as many as you want. It can replace elements, as many as you want. It can insert elements, as many as you want, right? So I hope you got something out of this video. I hope it got rid a bit of the confusion between slice and splice. I know it can be really confusing, like which one do I need to use sometimes. I don't know. I just equate slice with some sort of slice from the array, and then I think, oh, okay, this doesn't actually modify the array. That's a way to do it, but it might not work for you. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.